I didn't take any video, but if you can tell, over the slab is all black. Well, that black is from these. These are the original belts. I had to torch every single bolt head off to get them to come apart to salvage the top cleats and the backer plates. 71 cleats per track, 6 bolts per cleat, 142 cleats per set of tracks, times 6 bolts per cleat. So yeah, you're looking at like just shy of 900 bolts that I cut every single last head off with a torch on 2 sets. And there's all the backer plates, and I had to be careful so I didn't gouge the backer plates because I reuse them. And then here is the bolts and nuts to put them all together. I was able to disassemble 2 sets of tracks by hanging them with the skid loader forks and then cutting them with the torch. It took me yesterday, the 4th, it took me about, I think, 10 hours, and I did it all in one sitting, besides got lunch, but they're going together a lot better. I kind of got this rig set up so I can reach around both sides and stuff the tracks together. Working pretty good, actually very productive. I probably got this much done in an hour's worth of time, which is really good. That means we will put these 2 tracks together hopefully today, and then when it comes out of the shop, it will be driving on a brand new set of tracks. Very important to do this. Even the belting, I was gonna run it, but I was convinced otherwise by my brother that I should probably do it. So the belting isn't horrible. It looks bad and it is stress cracked, but it's not awful. I've seen them worse. But the problem is, I come to find out, I started taking the bolts out and they were rusted down to about 3/8 of an inch in the rubber, because I suppose moisture held in the rubber and rotted the bolts out. And what'll happen is they'll start snapping bolts off under heavy loads. So all new bolts, only grade 5, because that's all I've ever used. I've never had any issues. And to keep the price down, although I was able to get all the bolts and nuts for just shy of $500, which I thought was a pretty good price, and it was next day shipping, so that worked out good. So we're gonna button these tracks together and get them on the machine and get it rolled out of the shop, and then finish up a few other parts. We're about 15 days away from leaving to the tow show, so definitely got some work to do yet, but I would show you the machine in there, but it is pretty close to done, and I'm gonna hold out on you guys on that. So we're gonna keep grinding and get these tracks bolted up. Gonna do another little update. I got the new wheels mounted up and powder coated. They turned out really good. Got some new studs in it, new nuts. Just waiting on some wheel seals for the rest of that, so that'll be nice. Fighting these front wheels though right now. I was going to try to take the centers out of the old solid wheels after torching and hammering, and realize I'm bending the wheel, the face of the wheel, more than making progress on getting it out. I decided, since I had the old wheels, I would cut the centers out of them and weld them into the new solids. So there was my first try, and it didn't work because I had my spacer not spaced appropriate amount, so it cut it like 1/4 inch too small, so it's too loose of a fit. So what I was doing was taking this and then holding it on the edge and then running it around to get a decent circle, since I don't have any fancy tools. But there is the first one done. I just got tacked in there to see how straight it was, and if you look at that sucker, is pretty straight. And if you look at it this way, pretty much no hop, so that is very nice. So I gotta put the other front hub on and then take another wheel and cut the center out of it to put it into this one. So there's that, and I got the rest of the hubs ready to go, just waiting on some wheel seals. This one's got a broken stud, but I'm going to fashion one in there, so it looks fine. I'll just put this on one of the middle wheels that don't carry a lot of weight, which is not gonna be a big deal because it's broke before. And then out here we have one track completely buttoned up right there. These are the 3 overlap cleats that hold it together on the machine. So there's that. That is quite a bit of work into one of these. But it's there. You got that many nut slips with just the mount, and then another box of 450. So a little extra. There it is. That's a nice looking track. A lot of work goes into one of them bad boys. I'm gonna rant here for a minute. You can't buy a single part worth of hell anymore. Everything you buy from the parts store is absolutely freaking junk. The original wheel seals in this thing were double plated on the front and back, all steel with a double lip seal. Had a national part number. You can't go to any store and give them that national part number and get anything in return. And the SKFs, that's the replacement for it, is a single lip seal with tin foil. Basically, it's as thick as tin foil. And I just destroyed one trying to put it in this thing. And I'm about ready to burn down the parts store because I'm so fed up with garbage, absolute garbage of anything this world's got. Just furious. So now this is on hold again. And all the new old stock seals I could find around the country on eBay and Google and whatever else haven't showed up yet. Which they said they had 10, and after it sat for 2 weeks waiting for them, I had to call, and they said they only had 5, and then they would ship them. And then in the mail, I got 1. So that's where we're at on wheel seals. I could throw one of these things through a parts store window right now because I'm so furious. Because everything nowadays you buy is trash. There's nothing they build nowadays that will last as long as this machine in front of me will last. And that's why you can rebuild this thing from 1970 and it'd be better than anything you buy nowadays. Because there's nothing you buy nowadays that will last as long as that lasts. That's my rant. I'm fired up. We're going to leave the video with that.